What is going on, Nerd Paraders? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me here today as we play some more of the Planet Crafter. And in today's episode, we are unlocking the game's greatest secrets, as well as using the fusion energy cell to get to restricted areas in other places. I can't just say down ships because it's not just limited to down ships. Before we jump into it, introductions in order in case you don't know. I am Nick, this is Nerd Parade, and once again, welcome to the channel. If you're enjoying the Planet Crafter series, please be sure to do me a favor and tag the thumbs up button to this video. Leave a comment below and ensure you're subscribed to the channel so you get notified when I post. But if you'd like even more nerd in your life, hit me up on twitch.tv/nerdparade, drop a follow whenever we go live and do the gamer things. That's gonna wrap up my intro. Now let's kick our video off. Nerd Paraders, it is finally time to advance to the final stages, at least currently, of the Planet Crafter. I have AFK gamed to 2.09 TTI. TTI. We have completed insects and have now advanced onto fish. Now, I was curious as to why the icons were identical for insects and fish, so I did some super sleuthing online and looked up and confirmed my suspicion of what I already kind of realized was in the game, is that insects are not implemented into the game yet, as well as fish. Fish are no longer, or not implemented yet either. And the terraformation index crawl to fish is even worse than insects was. It is just nightmarish. But ideally that's because it's not ready for gameplay yet. When the game updates and there's tier 5 versions of drills and heaters and things of that nature, new power supplies, I believe insects and fish will be making an appearance. I mean, we are still in early access. However, we are not seeing any insects, and obviously not seeing any fish because we're not progressed far enough along. But this is here where we currently sit at our stage of the game, waiting for either updates to hit. There was another update last night. I believe it was just a hotfix, but we advanced from version 0.4 to 11 to 12. Just a couple of hotfixes from what I could see online. And we've hit it. We've hit like the hard stop for this version of the game until we get some more updates. I mean, we could still progress, right? We could still progress. We could still let fish come. But much like insects, we're not going to see anything. We're just basically going to figure out maybe what the next stage is after fish, but not see any more changes here to our planet. So I'm going to be patiently waiting for some more updates to hit. But before we completely put the end stamp on our playthrough series, I have finally unlocked, as you have probably guessed, where to go? It's not in here. We'll go to blueprints. All the way over here scrolling, the fusion energy cell. We finally unlocked it, obviously, because we're at 2.10 TTI now. The reason why I couldn't see it in my little building menu is because we have to craft it in here in the station. Now, if you remember correctly, I had still have 5 pulsar quartz crystals saved up. Each fusion energy cell costs 3, so we can make 1 and hope that we get some pulsar quartzes from the secret rooms, which I'm convinced are going to be in the spaceships. Or just make 1 and reuse it, hopefully, but we're going to do that now. We're going to figure out what is happening, what the story is, what happened to the other convicts or prisoners that have been sent here, and if we could find some bones. I think maybe we will. Let's get some osmium. We needed 2 osmium, and I already forgot what the last thing was for the fusion cells. Probably like alloy or something. Yeah, super alloy. All things considered, not too terribly expensive. More expensive now since the latest update. We can't make our own pulsar quartzes, but here it is. The key that unlocks us, fusion energy. The key that unlocks us to the end portion of the game. Now, there is a fusion cell thing in this wreckage here. There was a fusion cell thingy in this wreckage here. And there's a fusion cell thingy in that wreckage over there, the St. Louis Arches, which I had nicknamed it. Let's go. Well, I want to do that one honestly last. That's the one I'm going to do last. Let's go to the furthest one, and it's going to be the arches. We're going to do the arches first, that one second, because I've marked both of those with the beacons, so I'm going to remove the beacons as we unlock the stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to reuse our cell and find out the secrets to this planet. Why, once convicts are here, they don't want to leave, and where that secret room is finally hidden. I know it's in there. I know the secret room we found wasn't the true secret room. Our arches, looking vastly different from when we first came to the planet and first saw it, now covered with greenery, potentially holds a big secret that I'm excited to try to discover. We're going to break down our beacon since we're returning here for potentially the last time, and turn on our flashlight. Now, if I remember correctly, the fusion generator thing was under the water back here. And yeah, here's the console. So, fusion reactor. Open. Insert cell. That sounded like a door opened. Or maybe multiple doors. Is there potentially a new message? No. No new message. But let's keep our eyes peeled for areas that we could access that we could not access before. We'll also take a slurp. Just keep ourselves topped off. I could go in through there, which is kind of over here anyway. Is this new? This might be new. I think it is. I think it is new. Okay, nothing that I can't craft. Nothing that I don't have a bunch of already. I'm just going to leave it. Let's try to break down walls for secret rooms. Nothing. Our biggest goal is pulsar. No pulsar quartz. Also, not entirely sure if I have it already looted or been in here. I'm going to assume that everything is new. Oh, there's a zeolite. Maybe I haven't actually been into this room. We're going to pretend like that was an opened door. The doors are now opening for us. There's another box here. Probably stuff I already tried to loot. This is the original room. Okay, yeah, here. I believe this was closed before. No. No, this looks really familiar. There was a box back here. I had explored this before. So maybe it was just the one door? Is that it? Let me not be hasty. Let me explore this in its entirety. Oh, also be trying to break down potentially hidden walls. Look up. Not missing anything. Anything break down in here? No. We're going to come back and try to get that fusion cell after we've explored thoroughly. Anything in here? We've already explored in here pretty well, I feel like. Multiple times as I looked for multiple hidden walls that we couldn't access yet. Yeah, this has got to be it. This has really got to be it. The only new room accessed and opened up is here. Try to break anything down. And there's nothing really of value in here. Oh, what did that say? Locker storage? Wow, it's hitting it all the way from here? Okay, don't want to break it down. Warning, my oxygen is low. Alright, I got a vial. Let's, for confirmation purposes, pull out the cell and see if that door closed. This is the wrong way. I should also drink this before I die. Yes, it did close. Okay. So that granted us access into that room, which really didn't have that great a treasure. I was hoping for a pulsar quartz or something. Not a meteor shower. And there was no lore available there. No lore. So our next destination is going to be this other down ship over here, as we pass by the industrial section of my terraformed planet. And should I go to the thing and use the teleporter? Would it be faster? Probably not, right? Nah, we'll just keep zooming. We'll just keep jetpack zooming. I take that back. I used 2 oxygen vials. We are going to go to our teleporter. We're going to go back to base and grab some more oxygen vials. I'm going to play this safe. I've learned my lesson. I've suffocated enough times to understand the importance of oxygen vials. We're setting off for ship number 2. I have a good feeling about this one. We did discover... This is the ship that we did discover a secret wall in. So I get a good feeling about this one. We're going to get some lore in it. But for some reason, that ship all the way over there towards the beginning has me suspicious that there is something of value or some kind of lore in it. This ship, I think, is bigger than that one. So I may be completely off base. I may be completely wrong. This might be the big secret holder. But I got a feeling. I got a feeling in my bones that there's something up with that ship. Okay, we've got the fusion cell in tow. I don't remember where the generator was here in this, so maybe we'll get lucky. This seems to be like the crew quarters. Was it down here? No, but we still have a ton of seeds in this place. Okay, let's go back up. It wasn't this way. At least I don't think. I didn't explore very thoroughly. Let's go this way. And we need to look for those circular locked doors. That is what opened up here. Here is one. Circular locked doors. There is gonna... It's back here if I remember. No, I don't remember right. Up, maybe? 2 circular locked doors. There's a lot of locked doors here. Where are you, fusion core taking device that will take my fusion core? Because I'm going to give it to you. If I've passed it, it's going to be actually mildly hilarious if I just walked past it. If you're yelling at me like, no, Nick, turn around, dude, it was right there. Oh, I already went through that door. So after roaming around in here for a decent amount of time, like thoroughly... Oh, I'm dying. That's better. Thoroughly combing through every inch of the ship, I genuinely thought I remembered a fusion reactor thing in this area. I genuinely thought that I remembered one, and I'm really surprised to see that there isn't one in here. Now, I could definitely be misremembering, but part of me is convinced that there was one and they removed it. No, I'm pretty sure that I just must be misremembering. I really thought that there was a fusion reactor in here. But I have combed the area and nothing. So I'm going to break down my Boxygen for oxygen and the beacon. And we're going to go to the final ship. I could have sworn there was one in there. But I know for a fact, for 100% certainty, that this ship up here at the top does contain one. So my instincts were correct. This has to be the one. This has to be the one that contains the information in which we seek. Here we are. I remember discovering you when we first started the game. We got our Boxygen for oxygen already placed up here. What I am going to do is make a station of the tier 2 variety with iron and silicone. I'm literally just going to put you right here in the center. And we picked up a couple of cobalt. We're going to make another vial of oxygen. Don't have any other cobalts. Do I have more iron? I do have. I have 3 iron. I'm going to get rid of some of this junk ore. We'll do that really quickly. Just throw a box down in here. We'll put it in the back wall. We picked up 2 seed Lirmas in the other ship that was downed. I had missed out on those the last time I was there, or they were added in with the recent patch. One of those 2 things potentially have it, but I grabbed those because seed Lirmas I can send up rockets with, so we're hanging on to those. Those are relatively valuable. But in here I know there's a fusion generator. So we want to look for circular doors. There's one. That one will likely open here in the main room. And here is another, 2 more. Here is our generator. Let's see what secrets you uncover. That satisfying swish sound. Okay, you're still closed. You, however, have opened. Keeping the Destructo tool out for purposes of finding secrets. Blueprint, we'll take it. We'll take the rods, just because they're relatively expensive. Relatively. I have the ability to make them pretty much on demand, but we will grab them just because it saves us 9 of something. Deconstruct that. Pulsar quartz, though. If we see any pulsar quartz, that is the big treasure. Oh, 500 seed. We'll take the rocket engine, sure, just because it prevents us from having to craft one. Tree seed and a rocket engine, just take the rod. Tree seed and a rocket engine, just so I don't have to make the seed and the DNA thingy thing. Is that it for here? That's it for here. Deconstruct storage crate through the wall. Alright, there's got to be another door. There has to be another door. For lore. This is the one. This is the one. This is the door that holds all the lore. I feel it. Feel it in my bones. I feel it in my insects that are not currently in the game yet. Now this wall is going to be secret wall, right? Oh. 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 There's just a lot of stuff in there. It's just... My bones. I felt it in my bones. All right, there's nothing. There has to be another door. My lore has not been fulfilled. As he desperately seeks... Oh, there was a door back here, right? No. Not here. As he desperately seeks answers to questions that he has. This is the actual door to get out of here. I'm not leaving without my cell. No. Not like this. I don't have answers. Why am I always missing? What's this thing? It's a nothing. Why am I missing all the answers? I'll never be satisfied this way. Open. What could I have possibly missed? There's got to be another place for a fusion cell generator that I've missed or forgotten. There's got to be. He said, desperately pleading, refusing to accept the inevitable. My oxygen is low. The inevitable is coming. I'm getting my cell back. And we're going to continue looking. I'll take my small amount of spoils back to... Ooh, hey, free food. Take my spoils back to base. And free water. So a little frustrated and confused, I went out in search of answers, retracing my steps, retracing the lore, and I started with the story of Ecalus. I went through trying to figure out what happened to Ecalus, who was here well before we were, and well before the other planet crafter Zeodan. But I was unable to find anything based off of the current notes in the game and searching around. I just found the same thing that we had already discovered, is that Zeodan seemed to have, Ecalus seemed to have made peace with himself and decided to live out the rest of his days on this planet alone and in solitude. But something that I did find very interesting is the mysterious meteor that was glowing in the center of this crater has now fully disappeared. I don't know if it was as a result of our terraformation index, if it's something that slowly happens over time, or if it's something that changed with the update, but I found it very curious. And then I went on to investigate more about Zeodan. I came back into the bunker where Zeodan makes his final cry and has all of these messages that he's just pasted on the wall that all read the same thing. The mission is to advance the terraformation process, the same welcome message that we get when we first arrive here. And what seems to be his final message, you sent me here to die. You knew it was impossible, and he's cursing Sentinel Corporation. I was trying to find and remember where I saw the message that told me that there was a secret wall in a ship or around a ship, and I wanted to go back and try to hunt that message down so that I could reread it to find out more information about it. And then I remembered this bunker out here near where our uranium mine is, and it eventually becomes completely underwater. But it is very, very close, and this one is also by Ecalus. And Ecalus was the one that mentioned the secret room. Now, Ecalus seems to be the most advanced. He has his own fusion power generator, but this is the message right here. It has been 6 months since the crash, and I'm barely surviving. My main goal is to build a rocket and leave this place forever. According to the other messages that Ecalus had left behind, this seems to be one of his first ones. This planet is cursed. I can feel it. I have to go back to the crash site. I think there was a secret room in the control bay, a destructible wall somewhere near the main screens. But it's been a while. I can hardly remember. Now, in spite of my willingness to accept it, the secret room alluded to by Ecalus was in fact in this ship. And it was in fact the room with the couple of chests in it, the couple of storage boxes. And I hit a brick wall. I hit a really hard brick wall. So, after mulling it over, I did the thing that most people do, and I started looking online for more information about the story. Maybe this is just not implemented yet because it's early access, but there was one crucial piece that I missed, and I didn't see any clues at all that alluded to the fact that this existed. No clues whatsoever. So without the community's help, I probably would not have found it, at least until there were more clues, blatant clues, implemented into the game. And it happens to be right, very close by, where you start the game. And I put a beacon down so I could find it again, and we're going to go in together. There is a destructible wall right here. Very well hidden. Very, very well hidden. And it's rock, so I wouldn't have thought to try to deconstruct it. But we're going to break this down. We'll turn on our flashy. We're going to go in, and we should discover our pal Zeodan. The remains of him, at least. And a message, which I have not read yet, and a box. Hopefully there's some pulsar quartz in here. Oh, there is! Oh, that's awesome. Okay, great. Dunk, 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 dunk. Big, big treasure. So this is probably one of the best treasure boxes in the game. There's a seed Lerma. Everything else I'm not too terribly concerned about. And it's pretty close by if we ever need to get it again. Poor Zeodan died trying to escape, trying to get off this planet, and he was cursing Sentinel Corp the entire time. Let's get a quick screeny of Zeodan. And we'll check his message. Perhaps his final message. You sent me here to die. You knew it was impossible. You don't even care at all. Be cursed, Sentinel Corp. The same message that we found in his bunker. The only solace is that he dropped us some pulsar quartz, and we actually found his remains. He's been here for presumably several years. 3056. I think we're in 3058, if I'm not mistaken. So 2 years. Let's find our drop pod underwater so I can confirm where are you. Is that you, drop pod? Yes, I think so. I'm fairly certain we arrived 2 years after Zeodan, presumably after Zeodan's death. 3058, 2 years after. Now, if you're a Giga Super Gamer and you're watching this series and you have yet to play the Planet Crafter, you can juke the system a little bit. As you can see, I'm on a brand new 0TI fresh start with the first steps in the corner. I've got the deconstruction module and nothing else. You can come in here and find poor Zeodan and score a bunch of fat loot right off the bat. And that's it. We've hit a solid stopping point, a brick wall with the lore. Nothing else left to be discovered in the game. We can continue to slowly advance our terraformation index, but the advancements are not implemented yet. So even though I've gotten into insects, we can't see any insects. We can't appreciate the insects. And to rush into fish would just be letting my game run AFK in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pin in it and say, the end, question mark. The end for now, yes. We will be continuing our series on the Planet Crafter when more updates come, because I really enjoy the Planet Crafter. I've said this before when I've been live streaming, but I'll say it again here now. I like the Planet Crafter more than I like Subnautica. And I like Subnautica a lot. It's not to disparage the game, but I ended up liking Planet Crafter, even at the way that it is right now in early access, more than I like Subnautica. So I'm really looking forward to more of it coming down the pipes, and I'm really looking forward to more of the updates so that I can see these other terraformation stages. I'm convinced that the icon, while being the same, is to indicate that, hey, this isn't in the game yet, and it's to kind of subtly let the player know. But we'll find out once there's more updates, and if Insects gets a cool little cricket icon or something or not, and then Fish should obviously have a fish icon. At least that's this gamer's opinion. So this is the end of the Planet Crafter series for now, but we will be resuming. So it's not goodbye, but it's see you later. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me here in our Planet Crafter series. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast. I hope you enjoyed the OCD crazy building and some of the wild things that we discovered along the way, and some of the cool tricks, like making our insane nuclear facility out there and hoarding our pulsar quartz for the usage of teleporters. That's just how this gamer likes to do it. Thank you again so much for coming to hang. Take care of yourselves out there. Stay awesome. And we'll catch you in the continuation of the series. Later.